So we all know that the rainbow flag represents support for the LGBTQ community, but where did it come from?
Here's how to sound smart about the rainbow flag.
All right, so where did it come from? So in 1978, San Francisco artist Gilbert Baker designed what is believed to be the first modern gay pride flag by combining 8 stripes. Now, it's not just a rainbow, that each stripe actually has a symbolic meaning. So each colored stripe represents a different trait of the LGBT movement. Red represents life, orange represents healing, yellow represents sunlight, green represents nature, blue represents serenity, and violet represents spirit. Now, the current flag is not how Baker originally intended it to be. The original flag has also included a pink stripe, which represented sexuality, and a turquoise stripe, which represented magic, both of which were later removed. Now, when he wanted to manufacture the flag for sale, he found that hot pink wasn't as available as the other colors, and so the flag dropped to 7 colors. Baker later dropped the indigo or the turquoise color to maintain an even number, and the flag arrived at its contemporary 6 colors, which I didn't know each color actually represented something, which I like that there's, meaning behind it besides just being, in support of that community.
Yeah, it's too bad that it had to sort of be selectively trimmed over time for, basically because life is life and you lose certain colors and you can't get it, and then you want to leave it. But yeah, I do like the idea of each one having sort of a meaning.
Right.
That's one of the cool things about flags when you study flags is that very often the color choice, the choice of an animal and things like that, it does actually matter, even if eventually that meaning tends to be lost on the people living in that country.
Yeah, I do think that's really interesting because even if you look at countries and stuff like that, I'm sure that France's flag has some other meaning behind it that we don't even think about it on a day-to-day basis when we see it. We know what we know that our stars and stripes represent everything, but there are a lot of other...
It's a rating, 50 out of 50. We're the best country, others fewer stars.
Something like that. But there are also some other theories as to why this community has adopted this flag, including Dorothy. So pop culture also gave the rainbow resonance with gay activists, perhaps because of Judy Garland and her signature song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Garland was a major star to the gay community throughout the 1950s and 1960s.
Still pretty popular.
Yeah, she's a popular lady. I like that movie.
Yeah.
And they also kind of, there's a lot of other reasons as to why the rainbow, represents freedom and peace and a lot of other things. And I was
positive.
It's positive. It makes you happy. It looks like it's, at least for me, before I even kind of read it and researched this, just kind of seeing all the colors being put together and stuff like that represented diversity of some sort. So that's kind of already what I took away from looking at it. So I guess it doesn't, it's important to know these things, but I guess it doesn't even matter if that's what you're kind of gleaming from.
Yeah.
But I was recently in Peru, and it was really interesting that the Inca flag is the same as the LGBTQ community's support flag. Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So they stole it from them. That's where it comes from, actually.
Oh, those robbers. But I want to know if you guys have other theories as to why this might be a support flag for this community. Do you want to know the meaning behind other flags? Are there other things that you'd like to sound smart about? Leave all of that information down in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.